Welcome back to Tagline Films, and of course this is the channel that is going to be giving the latest sports news and sports news from all the different sports arenas. I'm talking about football, netball, volleyball, basketball, and all the different sports arenas. And remember, we are in the World Cup period, and we are mainly focusing on the FIFA 2020 World Cup that is happening in Qatar right now. So as we are going to start this program, we are mainly going to talk about a few group stages. And as I always tell you, we are sponsored by H&S Gamers. They are located in Makerere Chikoni Olympia Hostel, that is opposite Masjid Hafswa, and on that very new building. Today it's me, Allan Sentongo, and with me is Dowie.
Thank you so much, Allan. My name is Dowie. Thank you for tuning into our YouTube channel. We are going to be giving you the latest sports news, and mainly we are focusing now on World Cup.
Yes.
So keep tuned in. Thank you.
Yes, Dora, we have managed to go through a few different groups, and we are going to be starting the Group E. And in Group E we are having a few good teams. That is Germany, we have Spain, Costa Rica, and Japan. I think in those three teams, it's only Costa Rica that has never won a World Cup. Only that Japan is now diminishing. It's no longer having the other good squad that used to be having. When you look at Germany, we remember it very well. In the final against Argentina, I think that's the last World Cup they've won. The final against Argentina, Mario got the goal in the extra time. Then we also have Spain. Remember the likes of Xavi, Iniesta. When you look at Costa Rica, a small team put in a group that has very many teams which have a rich history in the World Cup. How would you analyze this group?
It is obvious that we are mainly looking at Spain and Germany.
Yes.
Japan might surprise us, but mainly it will be, to me, I think it will be Spain and Germany.
Yes.
And the way they are standing, you take German to lead the group, because
yes, exactly.
the way Spain, because the majority of the German players, they are good, and most of them are playing their last World Cup, so they are mainly focusing on winning this one.
Yes.
And if you're looking at Spain, they are having a lot of young players, and they even though they don't win this one, they still have a chance of winning other World Cups. So I'm thinking Germany might lead this one and Spain can go second. Japan might surprise us because we don't know that their squad, the players, the key players in that team, and that is very dangerous. If you don't know the key players in that team, it is difficult to control them, to defend them. So I think Japan might surprise us, might put in a good performance. So I think Germany and Spain might be surprised by Japan. Me. But I'm confident Germany and Spain will go through.
I'm also confident that it's Germany and Spain that are going to go through. But when you look at these two teams, I'll go with you. I agree with Germany taking the lead, because when you look at this, the Spanish squad, they're having a lot of good young players, and I think that's the reason why Barcelona failed to win against Bayern, with very many good young talents, but the lack of experience and maturity in the game affected them quite a lot, which is not the case with Germany. Because when you look at the German midfield, you're looking at the likes of Thomas Muller, then the boost of Jamal Musiala. We have been seeing him. He's been all over the news trying to do a few things here and there. I think this midfield is going to be mainly looking at most of the Bayern players, and with the connection that they've been having at Bayern, I think German still has a very huge boost in the midfield, and I think that's the main reason as why Germany is always strong. They always have that midfielder. Like when you look at Thomas Muller, I don't know whether you see him in the perspective that I see it in, but Thomas Muller is very...
Muller, given the fact that he has 10 goals and the top scorer is having 16, so he has a chance of beating that record and being the top scorer of World Cup. So I'm thinking Thomas Muller is going to be a key player. Is going to be a dangerous player, a player to watch this World Cup. They have to watch out for him.
They always have to watch out for him. And then Dora, the other thing about Spain is that when you look at their midfield, remember them in the Euros, they once played at the Barcelona midfield, because they have Luis Enrique, who was a former Barcelona head coach. We saw him use players like Busquets, Gavi and Pedri, which is actually a very good combination. But the fact that Pedri and Gavi are too young, you can't have two young midfielders in the same team. So I'll go with using another midfielder.
Yeah.
Because
there has to be maturity in the midfield, because if you're looking, football is mainly played in midfield. So if you're having a strong midfield, you have a lot of chances, a lot of chance creation. So me, I'm thinking that there's a lot of young players in the Spanish team. So if at all they could at least put in Rodri, is it Rodri, the midfielder of Man City? If at all they could put him and Sergio Busquets, I think the midfield will be a bit strong. But if you're comparing the midfield of Germany and Spain, there's no way you can.
There's actually no way. But Dora, then Spain have a very huge problem. They have the best number 6 player. Okay, they have the best defensive midfielders in the world, because you can take Sergio Busquets, you can also take Rodri, you can also take Koke. These are all good defensive midfielders in the same team, which means that you have to use one and drop 2. Unless he's willing to play a formation that is going to use 2 defensive midfielders and at least partner them with either Pedri or Gavi, but I think Pedri would be a better option. Only that Gavi has shown a lot of maturity and he has improved quite a lot.
The way he's pressing, the way he's chasing for the ball, the way he plays is somehow he's showing maturity in the way he's playing. So.
Showing a lot of maturity. And then when you look at their forward, the Spanish forward, we are looking at a team that is having no clear-cut striker. The only striker they're having right now is Morata. But when you look at the other players, you're having Marco Asensio, Antoine Fati, Patrick Sarabia. This is a player who hasn't even been playing. Ferran Torres. But I'm telling you, Dora, I don't see. Okay, Spain will get out of the group stages. That I'm sure. But beyond that, it's going to be a tug of war.
It is going to be a difficult.
Teams that have a lot of
you can't be focusing on bringing back Morata as your striker. Sincerely speaking, if you're looking at your competitors, the other teams that you're going to compete with, and you're still having Morata, then that is not a serious team. So I'm thinking Spain will go through the group stages, but
then the other surprise in Spain is Balde. Balde is a Barcelona player, a very young player who has been playing quite impressive football. He plays the same number as Jordi Alba. So Luis Enrique called him into the World Cup squad, but I think he may not get a chance only if Jordi Alba gets an injury or something like that. But also when you look at his style of play, I don't know whether you've watched this Lewis kid from Manchester City. The way he plays is the same way that Balde plays. And then there's also this young player, I'm forgetting the name. He's a Chelsea player. My first time to see him was in the FA Cup game that they were playing against Man City. He was a very good young player. Okay, I'm trying to bring all those players because they're having the same style of play, and the fact that the way they are playing is how football is changing right now. Because when you look at all the wing backs, they're no longer focused more on the defensive side, but any wing back to be called a good wing back should be able to go forward and
create chances.
Yes. And I think that is what Balde is good at. So he may be a huge boost to the Spanish.
If he's given a chance.
If he's given the chance. And then Dora, when you move on from Spain and Germany, you're looking at these two teams, Costa Rica and Japan. These are teams that are fighting for the 3rd position, of course. So when you look at this Costa Rica squad, I'm looking at this squad, I'm not seeing a lot of good players.
The only player I know for Costa Rica, I think this Real Madrid defender, I think he's a Costa Rica player.
Alba?
Yeah.
Alaba? No, he's an Albanian player, I think. Yeah, Alaba is an Albanian player, if I'm not mistaken.
Albanian
he's not going to be playing with Costa Rica. So Costa Rica, I don't see a lot of chances.
Yeah, but Japan might be taken as the best loser in this group because they are playing well. They are good, so they
By the
might
way,
win the
When
third
you look
group.
at Japan, Japan has always, these days when you're looking, you're going to see a few good Japanese players playing here and there. Because when you look at the likes of Kubo, they have Takumi Minamino, Takehiro Tomiyasu. These are all good players.
Yeah,
And then there is this defender in, I'm forgetting the team. It's a Serie A team. No, it's not. I was talking of Kim Min-jae, but he's a Korean player. Sorry. But when you look at this Japan squad, it has a lot of chances of getting out as the best loser in this group.
Exactly.
So Costa Rica have to watch out a lot because I am clear. I know Germany will take points from Costa Rica, and so will Spain if they are serious. So,
And Japan might find difficulties in winning, so it might be a draw from. It might
From
be
Spain.
Spain and
Spain,
Japan
maybe
for Spain and Japan it might
Yes.
be a draw. So I'm thinking Japan Japan will also take points from Costa Rica.
yes.
Yeah. So
If Costa Rica doesn't play, if it doesn't work very hard, it may lose points to Japan, which will cost
Exactly.
them very huge.
and even Japan might even take the second position. It is not guaranteed that Spain will. The only team that I'm confident right now is German. Yeah, they are maturity. They create a lot of chances. So I'm thinking German. They even don't change their squad so much. You see the same squad that played Euro, that played the last World Cup. You will see the same squad. So they do not change their squads a lot. So and that is the team spirit. That the connection is still there. So I'm thinking I'm super confident that Germany will lead this group.
Yes, Dora. We remember last time.
The struggle will be in Japan, and Spain.
But Dora, when we remember the last World Cup, German was put in a group that had Sweden, Mexico, and South Korea. A group that expected German to excel to the maximum. Much to our surprise, it only managed to finish in the 4th position, with Sweden leading, Mexico coming next, and South Korea. Then Germany coming last. So Germany have to improve quite a lot.
Yeah,
despite the fact that
I'm thinking that time they undermined the teams,
yes.
and this time around they are looking at this World Cup as the only thing they want to.
Yes.
Most of the players are going to. Are aging, so they are looking at this as an opportunity. So they are. I'm thinking that they are focusing a lot on this World Cup.
Yes.
So the results will be there.
Dora, when you look at this group, how do you expect it to finish?
Yeah, I'm thinking it will be German.
Yes.
And the second position will be either Spain or Japan. But I'm not seeing Costa Rica putting in anything like.
Yes, of course. Costa Rica, my
But
expectation.
Japan, I might even take Japan
in the second position.
and drop Spain, because
By the
I
way,
think
I'm not happy with Spain and the way they selected their team, leaving out David De Gea, Sergio Ramos, and Gerard Piqué.
I mean, how can you leave Sergio Ramos?
These are all good players, and however much Piqué retired from the international football in 2018, you're looking at a player who has a lot to offer. Then you're bringing in defenders like Eric Garcia. These are defenders. He's an average defender. You cannot compare him with.
I mean, how can you leave Sergio Ramos? Even the way he commands the defense
Very
is different.
fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that Spain is not serious in this one, and if they are not focusing, they might lose the second position, and they'll be taken as maybe loser, best loser.
Something like that. That is Group E. And that's all we had for you guys. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend that we are bringing the best and the best sports news. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you.